Gavin, BoroFanTV here with the soft-sounding Yusuf.
Yeah.
1-0 win, St Andrews. Yusuf,
Yeah.
tell me about the match.
Absolutely. Well, to be fair, the result wasn't the best. Sorry, the performance wasn't the best. But I have to say, the result's the most important thing at this stage of the season. I know a lot of fans have come out and said, "Oh, we should have performed better. We should have performed better." But that first half was as poor as it's been for a very, very long time. But Patrick Bamford had his chance and he scored. You know, Randolph made a few saves. You know, defensively, you know, there was a few blocks and stuff in the first half. You know, Birmingham should really have, realistically, if they had a proper striker, maybe 2 or 3-0 up. But luckily they weren't. It was still 0-0, and Patrick just continued his fantastic form. And delighted for Patrick Bamford to get yet another goal, you know, in 4 consecutive games.
Birmingham are the worst scoring team in the Championship. Did they ever look like scoring today?
They didn't, you know, and it was interesting because the way that they played was quite similar to when Gary Monk was in charge of us. You know, they were passing the ball a lot and they had a few half chances, but they just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. So at the end of the day, you know, if it was against a better team, we probably would have lost that game. You know, if it was if we performed like that, say against Fulham or Bristol City or Wolves, we would have lost that game. But we didn't. You know, we performed like that luckily against Birmingham, and we took our chance when it came and we won the game. So that's the most important thing. Results, all that matters.
The Gary Monk chants that were going on.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was some harsh words for the ex-Borough manager. What did you think of them?
Me personally, I don't mind a bit of banter, but I think there's a line when it comes to it. You know, if there was a few chants like, you know, Gary was to score, you know, all of that, because obviously he's a former manager and stuff. But some of it was a bit, not from the majority. There was a few, you know, people that were saying a few negative things, saying, oh, you know, a few F words and a few this and that, and a few personal insults to him. If you want to have a go at his style of football or his results that he was getting or whatever, at the end of the day, people are entitled to that. But for me, some of the chants were a little bit over the top. Like the F Gary Monk chants weren't really for me. I mean, I wasn't joining in with that chant. I'd rather join in with the songs for Tony Pulis, which was unreal. I mean, for nearly 10 minutes we were singing Tony Pulis' Red White Army, and that's what it's about. You know, we're there to support the team. Yes, Gary Monk was our former manager. Yes, it didn't go to plan, but he's in the past. Tony Pulis is the future, so we should be thinking about Tony Pulis at the end of the day. So that's what the chance should be. Absolutely.
We've got 10 games left, Yusuf.
Yeah.
How do you see the next 10 games?
Well, I mean, we've got a few winnable games. Obviously, we've got Barnsley and Brentford, but then we've also got Wolves after that. We've got a few tricky games coming up. I think we've got Sheffield United away. We've got Bristol City at home. We've got, Derby away. So we've got some difficult games, but we've also got teams like Burton away. It's a mixed bag. You know, I'd say half of the games are very much winnable. Half of them are games that are teams against teams that are in and around us. You know, the likes of Derby, the likes of Sheffield United, the likes of Wolves, which we have to, you know, if we want to get promoted, then we have to beat, you know, these sides. And to be honest, if we get to the playoffs, it's going to be down to our results against these teams. If we get positive results against the likes of Bristol City, Wolves, Sheffield United, then I think we'll have a great chance of getting to the playoffs. If we don't, then obviously that's goodbye for the playoffs.
Yusuf, soft-spoken superstar, thank you very much for being on BoroFanTV.